Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry Bodenheimer, and today we're taking a look at Atraps. Atraps? Something like that. Atraps is a 32-bit Trojan that affects Windows operating systems. If we come to take a look over here in VirusTotal, the creation time is 2064. Yeah. This is why we ignore the creation times and we just go straight to first submissions. So this was first submitted about an hour and a half ago, give or take a few minutes. And it was last submitted a couple minutes ago by yours truly. And with that being said, being submitted an hour and a half ago, it has 43 detections, which means this is not doing a very good job of hiding the fact that it's malicious from anti-malware scanners and engines. If we go to detections, let's see who is detecting this really quick. We've got Avast, AVG, Avira, Bitdefender, BCAF Pro, redeeming themselves from last time. CrowdStrike, what other big names? We got ESET, Google, GData, Kaspersky, McAfee, Malwarebytes, and Microsoft. So all of the well-known ones seem to be picking up on this. Symantec, Sophos, and that's about it. Now, what are the big name ones that aren't detecting this? We've got Baidu. ClamAV does not have a detection for it. And that's probably about it. And of course, WebRoot, but you know, WebRoot never detects anything on here. So yeah, most of the big names are getting this. The best ones do all have detections for this, which is not out of the ordinary. If we take a look here, our popular threat label is Trojan.MSAL/Atraps. Here are your threat categories, Trojan and spyware. And then your family labels, MSIL, Atraps, and BP Logger. That's logging your blood pressure. If we go to details, here's your MD5, your SHA-1, and your SHA-256. It will be in the comment section, so you don't have to type it if you want to follow along. Creation time for submission, all that good stuff. And it's been submitted as cloudservices.exe, randomstring.exe, RFQ, I'm not reading all that, .exe, and then the same thing with no spaces. So that's interesting. Do that as you will. If we go to relations, we have two contacted URLs, which one is a geo IP locator. Now, usually we do look at some of the URLs that the malware connects to. We're not connecting to this one, nor are we connecting to this one. And then we also have checkip.dindns.org. And it also seems to be connecting to the Telegram API. No surprise there. And we have a bunch of contacted IPs, and the vast majority of them do have at least one detection. Now, this one's the most interesting to me, because it has 5 with no country assigned to it, but this one also has 5, and I believe this is the United Kingdom. I think it's the United Kingdom, but it's got the tag of Great Britain, I believe. Let me just check. Yes, that is the United Kingdom. And then we also have a bunch in the US, in Germany, in Brazil, and in Japan. So we're all over the place with this one. And we have one execution parent, which seems to be, if we go to details, seems to be the same name as this, but with a .bin extension. So do with that as you will. Again, we don't spend much time on behavior on this channel, but if you want to look, now is your chance to do so. We have one, forgot the name, sandbox detection with Zenbox. We've got malware, Trojan, Evader, and Rat. And if we take a look, we have 4 crowdsourced Sigma rules and 3 crowdsourced IDS rules with medium and 4 and low. And finally, if we take a look at community, Cur88 and Joe Security have been here, but you know who has not been here? That's right, Jaffa Cakes has not been here. I got here first. We'll go ahead and minimize this. We'll take a look at the tools that we're going to be using. We have Wireshark. I'll go ahead and open virtual machine's operating system is attempted to enable promiscuous mode. Okay. Never seen that before. We got Wireshark, System Informer. I'll go ahead and get this ready really quick. Minimize Firefox, Zooey, Wireshark, a process monitor. And then Zooey and process monitor, which I'll go ahead and unpause the capture for now. We'll move this over here and that there, make it look a little neater. And last but not least, we'll take a look at the properties before we run the malware. So if we go to details, it tried, but a file description and the product name are both cloud services. type application, file version and product version 1.0.0.0, size of 60 kilobytes, copyright is just copyright 2024. So did it try? Not really, but, you know, it's something. So do you get any points for it? I'd say no, but at least you're not going to lose any either. But with that being said, the last thing that we have to do, it looks neater, is open System Informer, and without any further ado, run the malware. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Of course I do. When we scroll down here, it's running as cloudservices.exe.exe. Interesting. Okay. Console application service host.exe, process is managed.net, process is fully elevated, in a job, and 32-bit, under WoW 64. We can't see it opening anything else as of right now. I don't see any suspicious service hosts or anything of that sort. So let's go ahead and just open process monitor really quick and bring it over to the... I'm going to bite you and bring it over to the left side. And we'll go ahead and open two filters. So our first filter is going to be process name is cloudservices.exe.exe, I guess. And then the second one is going to be operation is create file. So we'll click add, and then we will click apply. And if we take a look here, we have 357 events, but it doesn't seem to be adding any right now, so it's probably just sitting idle. Let's go ahead and let's do something like this. That way we can expand the path name here, and we can at least see if anything new has been added. If we scroll down here, we see a bunch of DLLs that we've seen before on the channel. Here is the prefetch, which has been deleted, unfortunately. But that is the case the vast majority of the time, so disappointed, but not unexpectedly so. And then it's accessing the desktop, a bunch of DLLs again. Oh, we may need to expand this a little bit more. Windows forms.dll and .ini, okay. So that's interesting. GAC MSIL, under assembly, system core, okay. System configuration, prof API, it's accessing my user account, it's accessing roaming, accessing, I don't know why I couldn't say assessing, WinHTTP.dll, so it looks like it's just a bunch of DLLs right now that we can discern. So unfortunately, nothing that's just jumping out and saying, hey, I'm malware. But we do at the very bottom see that it's running PowerShell.exe. We didn't see that executed in System Informer, so it must have been something that required just a split second, maybe even less than a second, to execute some code, and then close itself. But we do actually have 5 more events. So it's not done yet, and this was actually done after we put this in the filter. So we're definitely still doing things. Let's go ahead and minimize this for now. We'll go ahead and put this back on half view. And let's take a look at Wireshark. Not too many things right now. We'll save this as 1.pcap. And then I'm going to go and run this through Zooey. See if we can get any discernible information from it. We'll go ahead and shove that in there really quick. And then while it does that, we'll take a look at VirusTotal again. So we're going to be looking for several IP addresses. So Wireshark is still running. Let's see if we can get any of those from this capture. Probably not this one. So I tell you what, I'll actually open another Wireshark instance, and then I'll open the old packet capture here. So let's open and 1.pcapng and do something like this. And we're looking for any of these. So a 104, a 132, a 149, a 193. Would 51? No. These look to be legitimate. So that's interesting. I'm wondering why we're not seeing anything. Maybe it's a delayed kind of thing. We do have a 216, which is interesting, but the only 2 we have is a 23.216. Not anything else. Oh, here we go. We got a 6.4. We don't have that in our VirusTotal results. Now, VirusTotal is not going to have everything most of the time. So we may be able to discern something from this that we just aren't going to see in VirusTotal. Plus the fact this was uploaded only an hour and a half ago, there's going to be some things that they haven't picked up on yet. A 149, here we go. Okay, so we got a 149, 154, 167, and 220. And this is probably going to be Telegram. Indeed it is. AS62041 Telegram Messenger. So let's go ahead and close that. Let's open this packet capture again. So there's the first one. We don't need to shove that into our search engine and look on abuse IPDB and everything. We already know what it is. But let's keep looking and see if it shows anything else. Nothing else seems to be suspicious, but we're only halfway through. We got a 142. They have a 149. 172, 142, 192. We do have a 192 here, but it doesn't match. 192 is local anyway. 142, no. Okay. I was interested in that 6-4. Can we get that one again? Let's try this. IP ADDR equals 6-4. No. Yeah, okay. Wildcards don't work. So let's see if we can find that. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay. 64223180105. So really quick, let's just move this to a half window. 64223, well, if I put the dots might help. 223180105. And see if that pulls up anything. Now, if it doesn't, then we're not getting any information from this anyway, but I'll also run it through abuse IPDB. Verify we're human. 6-4. Let me just copy it from here really quick. And it was not found in their database. It's from King, New Hampshire. It's a fixed line ISP. csdvt.org. Okay. So this is probably not malicious. I'm not going to do any more than that. Who isn't going to tell us much more than we've already got. And this is probably just going to time out, so we'll close that as well. Let's take a look at the other packet capture really quick. We do have 5,000 events, however, some of this was probably me opening things like abuse IPDB and trying to connect directly to IPs. So we'll let that run a little bit longer, and then we'll run it through Zooey. As of the first one, we did have some connections to Telegram, so I'm sure we'll see at least some alert 3s. Let's query the pool, put this in full screen really quick, and let's see what there is to see. 205 rows. We've got an alert 3 here. Suricata wrong direction. Here we go. There we go. ET hunting Telegram API certificate observed. Miscellaneous activity. Observed Telegram API domain. And we've got a 2. External IP lookup, check ip.dndns.org. Device retrieving external IP address detected. Okay. And then that's Telegram and DNS lookup. ET info external IP lookup service domain, reallyfreegeoip.org. So it is working. C2 is not shut down. And then we've got that ET policy for external IP lookup again. That's probably... Oh, here we go. Interesting. ET info 404 snake Madix keylogger style external IP check. Device retrieving external IP address detected. Interesting. I'm wondering if we're going to see any alert 1s. We've seen that one before. And we've seen that one before. So very interesting indeed. We got a few more alert 3s, but that's just Suricata. That's also Suricata. Okay. So that's all that this one's going to tell us. Let's go ahead and stop the other one. So we'll stop, Control S to save and get it running again as quick as possible for the least likelihood that we miss anything important. We'll shove that in there. We don't need this one anymore. And it is still running. Oh, okay, here it is. I was like, why did Wireshark just close? And it was like, hey, dummy, you closed it. So this is still running in the background. Now what's surprising is it's not launching any child processes. It's running everything on its own. So do with that as you will. If we take one more look at process monitor, you good, buddy? Ooh, we're being really laggy right now. Oh no, come back. Okay, we're moving. There's only like 10 more events anyway. Actually, there are no more events. It looks like it's done everything that it's going to do. So, I tell you what, before this just dies, because it has 10 million events, let's clear that for now. And we'll leave it like that. And if it does do anything else, we'll be able to see it through Process Monitor. Now, I am interested in these other IP addresses, because they don't have much information associated with them. So let's open this one. Got a 104 is detected by Veraback, a domain seen in a CNC panel URL for the Luma malware resolved to this IP address. Interesting. Well, from what we've seen, this isn't really related to Luma, because when you get Luma and things like that, it shows a bunch of domains that it tries to pull information for, and cryptocurrency miners and things like that, and wallets. This has not done that, so this isn't going to be Luma. But that is interesting nonetheless. I'm assuming all of these are going to be Luma-related IP addresses. This one has 2 detections. It shows up as a miner on GCP Abuse Intelligence, and Griddensoft shows it as phishing. Okay. And just to be thorough, right, let's try directly connecting to one of these. We'll just type that in. Direct IP access not allowed. You've requested an IP address that is a part of the Cloudflare network. A valid host header must be supplied to reach the desired website. What can I do? If you are interested in learning more about Cloudflare, please visit our website. Was this page helpful? Sure. All right, and then we do have that execution parent. So I'm going to open this really quick. And Zmutzi. Interesting. When was this last scanned? 2 hours ago. All right, interesting enough. And I don't believe there's much more to check with this. All that we're going to do now is take a look at the... Oh, what the hell? What? Huh? Suricata runner.exe exited with code 1. Not enough space while trying to allocate 262 megabytes. Or kilobytes? Wait, what? Okay, wait. Why did that happen? Okay, well, I didn't mean to click that. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, things aren't going to work normally when you want them to. We'll try scanning it again. And if it doesn't work this time, we'll just look at it in Wireshark. But other than that, there's not really going to be much else to do. We will restart the computer one time to make sure that it doesn't have persistence. In this case, I don't think that it does. It seems to just be a simple, what's the word I'm looking for? A simple info stealer. Some of these detections are showing it as a keylogger. I don't really see that to be the case. It only had 362 events in system or process monitor, and none of those really seem to be like any text files or any other kind of files that it was saving keystrokes to. It mostly just seems to be sending information about your system to a C2 server. It is still scanning. It worked that time. Alright, let's query the pool. And without any further ado, we'll look through this. Only 349 events. Suricata. These are all going to be Suricata, aren't they? I've got a feeling it's already done with what it needed to do. Are these all going to be Suricata? Yeah. We'll ignore the alert 3s, and we'll look for notices. And we'll check this one. And alert 2s and 1s. But I've got a feeling we've already gotten all the information from this that we're going to. Yeah. We'll check this last one to be thorough, but yeah, it's all Suricata, and that can all be ignored. Alright, we'll go ahead and close the rest of this, and we'll see if this has any form of persistence, but I kind of doubt it. We'll go ahead and close this. There's really no point in looking at that last packet capture, and the program's not doing anything else. So let's restart the computer really quick. We'll open System Informer again as quickly as possible, and we'll see if it has persistence, but if not, or even if it does, we'll end the video there. So I hope you guys are appreciating the new videos. I know it's been a couple months since I made one of these. Had a lot of stuff going on, but I really appreciate you guys being patient with me. We'll go ahead and open this up really quick. Windows activation client's running in the background for some reason. That was what I said looked suspicious in the last episode with the keys. But now we know it's a legitimate program. And with that being said, the program does not seem to be running on its own. So it looks like we do just have a simple info stealer here and not a rat. So my takeaways from this, not sophisticated, pretty unique. I haven't seen Atraps or anything similar before. I did see that some of the AV engines detected it as MSIL, but MSIL is a little more advanced than this, I would say. But that is going to be it for the Atraps Trojan. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Go to the comment section as well and let me know what you thought of this video and the malware. And let me know if there's anything I did not do that you want to see in future videos, or if there's anything I did that you didn't appreciate so that I can cut it out in the future. My name is Larry Bodenheimer. You guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next one.